Hey guys, what's going on? Natural Born Commentators here bringing you the UFC 139 Hendo vs. Shogun pre-fight show. Fight's going down this Saturday night in San Jose at the HP Pavilion.
Oh yeah.
We got a pretty good main card. This is actually a pretty stacked card. The first fight we're going to talk about is on Facebook. You can catch it on there. It's Miguel Torres versus Nick Pace at a bantamweight clash.
Both of these guys are very dynamic strikers, good jiu-jitsu guys.
I'll give the jiu-jitsu edge to Torres. Torres is a black belt.
Did he do the pace choke?
He's black belt in the Carlson Gracie, man. You've seen that win streak. Come on.
Yeah. Well, Nick Pace, he's coming off kind of a tough fight against Ivan Menjivar. He was losing the first two rounds. You can argue that maybe he won a couple.
I don't know if he lost the first rounds. I thought he won the fight.
But the third round, he caught Menjivar, broke his orbital, and ended up chasing him down.
Yeah, Menjivar didn't want to exchange after that. He was scared. So he ended up dropping down by split decision.
Yeah,
split decision loss.
Yeah.
So he's looking to bounce back. He's got some skill though. He'll bounce. I don't know if he'll bounce back here, but he's got some time. Young kid in bantamweight division. He'll make some noise, I think. He's going up against the former WEC bantamweight champion Miguel Torres. Dude's a beast. I mean, he's gone on two of probably the most impressive winning streaks ever in MMA history. He hasn't. His last fight he lost to Demetrius Johnson by unanimous decision, which was kind of booty. If you ask me, that fight looked like Miguel was not. It wasn't in no way, shape, or form did anyone get worked, but it looked like Miguel was winning. Miguel stifled him for the most part off his back. His guard is just so good, so he was able to work from there. And he lost. Judges didn't see it his way.
Well, this is a tough fight. I'm going for Torres. I mean,
I got Torres.
How can you go against the guy who supposedly is 51-4, and those fights were in basements supposedly?
I got Torres by TKO.
Yeah,
I think he's finishing him.
I got Torres by TKO.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to the the live Spike fights on the two Spike prelims.
Yeah.
First one, we have another bantamweight clash between two highly touted prospects, Michael McDonald versus Alex Soto, who's making his UFC debut. Don't know much about the Soto character. He's 6-0-1. His last fight is where he got that draw from. Upon further looking into his record, he has 2 wins by knockout and 3 by submission and 1 by decision. So there's only been a decision twice. Everything else is finishes. So clearly, this guy, the draw as well.
Yeah. So
clearly, this guy likes to finish. So we'll see what he can do. But Michael McDonald is tough.
Yeah, we don't really know much about Michael McDonald.
So I've been in the octagon once, but he made the most out of it. He won against Chris Carrasco, I don't know how you pronounce it, by split decision. He's on a 6-fight win streak.
Yeah, and he's a good up-and-coming bantamweight prospect. I'm expecting a lot out of him. Since he's the only one that I actually kind of know, I'm probably gonna go with Michael Mack I'm gonna go by decision.
By decision? I think he's gonna get the finisher. I think he's gonna submit him. No, I don't know. Decision.
Yeah.
Mayday by decision.
Yeah.
Moving on, we got two light heavyweights on a 2-fight skid, both of them. Ryan Darth Bader against Jason Brills.
Jason Brills is coming off a devastating knockout loss against Vladimir Matyshchenko.
How long was that fight? 20 seconds?
A good 19 seconds.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
At UFC 129. I don't know. I can't say either if he got caught or he just does not have the best chin. But other than that, he got knocked out.
Yeah, he got knocked out.
And his first loss was against Nogueira. Little Nog, which I believe he won that fight.
I thought he did too. It was a very competitive fight. He even filled in late for Forrest Griffin, and he took it to Nog.
Yeah. Well, and next guy is Ryan Bader.
Darth Bader is also on a 2-fight losing streak. The first one being both of them are by submission. First one was to John Jones at UFC 126, and he got owned by Jones. The second one was in UFC 132. Oh, there they are right there. Yeah.
By Tito.
Yeah, by Tito. He lost by guillotine there, too. The guy needs to work on his submission defense.
Or his guillotine defense.
Something. I don't know. I think he also needs to go see a sports psychologist, man. The dude's lost twice in a row. He was undefeated beforehand. See what happens. I think he's going to get the win here, though. I think he's just better than Brills everywhere.
I think he's going to knock him out.
Yeah, I think he's going to get the knockout here.
By Brills.
Bader by knockout. He's going to look the statement he needs to. All right, moving on to the main card. We have the first fight of the evening is Stephan Bonner, the American Psycho, versus Kyle Kingsbury.
Yeah. Well, Kyle Kingsbury's coming off a tough win against Fabio. It was a tough split decision win.
That was a good boxing match. They both really.
With throwing.
It was a good fight.
Yeah. I just what I know about him, he's a good wrestler. Kingsbury's got good wrestling. He's also got great boxing.
He's Ultimate Fighter alumni too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, from Bader's season.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see what he can do. He's facing a tough guy. Stephan Bonner's never been finished. Bonner's a tough guy. He's on a 2-fight winning streak. One over by TKO over
Krzysztof Szorzynski,
and then a unanimous decision win over Igor Krajak. He's finally getting a fight. He's finally getting a little bit of recognition. Bonner puts on good shows, and now he's on the main card. I think that's good. He'll put on a good show for the fans of San Jose, and for the pay-per-view buyers. It's gonna be a good fight. I got Bonner by decision.
I got Bonner by unanimous decision.
Unanimous decision. All right, moving on. Got another fight between two welterweights trying to come off the loss. Martin Kampmann versus Rick the Bedtime Story.
Horror Story.
It's bedtime.
Excuse him. Well, Rick Story, he's coming off loss against Charlie Brenneman, which he did fill in a week notice. And
he didn't fill in a week notice. He filled in a while.
Well,
he had
Brenneman filled in a day notice,
and he got owned by Brenneman. Brenneman just got destroyed by Anthony Johnson.
Unimpressive performance by Charlie Brenneman and Rick Story. Well, I think Story feels like feels like embarrassed. I think now he's gonna be
lost that curly haired fruit.
Yeah, I think he's gonna come out and just work Kampmann with his wrestling and use his power. Not to knock him out, but we have seen that Kampmann has been knocked out. We have seen that he does not fight
Okay, all right, I gotta stop you there, right? Okay, Kampmann is miles ahead of Story in the striking department, and you know what? I think he'll hold his own on the ground as well. Kampmann's a very well-rounded fighter. My only problem with Martin Kampmann is he fights dumb. In his first fight of this 2-fight losing streak he's been on, he wanted to grapple Jake Shields. If he stood up with him, he could have knocked him out. Definitely. No doubt in my mind he could have finished Jake Shields. We can go back to his fight with Paul Daly. Oh, Paul Daly, freaking, how many knockouts that guy have? What does Martin Kampmann do? Stands with him. He could have easily taken him down and submitted him within 1 round. Didn't do it. The guy fights dumb. He needs to work on his actual game plans. I think that's what he'll do here.
And also, I think...
Oh, and he also lost to David Sanchez. I thought he won. But he was picking Sanchez apart.
But now I think there's a hole in Kampmann's game. David exposed it. Diego is exposed it. With pressuring him, which Story will do. He's going to bring in fight.
I don't know.
He's going to bring the fight.
I got Kampmann, but I think he's going to finish Story by TKO.
I got Story by decision.
All right. Moving on, we have a battle of bantamweight title contenders. This is a title eliminator to see who will face champion Dominic Cruz in a rematch. It will either be Uriah Faber or Brian Bowles.
It'll be part 3 or part 2.
Yeah. Faber, his last fight was against Cruz at here. Let's see if we can get you a little bam. Yeah, that's how we do.
Yeah.
He lost that one. It was a very competitive fight. He ended up dropping the unanimous decision. I'm sure he wants to. Him and Cruz have a little bit of bad blood.
Well, we ran into Cruz, and he was still pretty pissed off that we mentioned his name.
Yeah, Cruz still has a chip on his shoulder, I'd say, about Faber. So we'll see who comes out of this fight. I think, and then with Brian Bowles.
Bowles is extreme knockout power. Has extreme knockout power for a bantamweight. Most of his wins are by knockout. He's coming off a 2-fight win streak against Takeo Mizugaki and submitting Damasio Page. In the Takeo Mizugaki fight was not.
It was less exciting, but he thought he broke his hand, so he did lay off on his punches. I'm looking to see him in this fight. I think he does have a stand-up advantage over Faber. Faber has obviously better takedowns, better wrestling, and probably better jiu-jitsu pedigree. And with that, I think that's why Faber's going to win. Faber will grind this one out to a unanimous decision.
I think I got Faber by unanimous
decision. Yeah, I really think Faber,
but
Henan Barao, and Miguel Torres are the only ones that can probably cause Cruz trouble. I don't think anyone else can.
Another thing is that you got to worry about Bowles' hand. This is the second time.
It is always
the second time he's broken his hand.
Yeah. All right, moving on. So pumped up for this fight. We got Kung Lee making his UFC debut, the former Strikeforce middleweight champ, and Wanderlei Silva. What is that?
Oh, I think I know what it is.
It is.
It is, right?
It is.
It's the intro.
Yeah.
Of the axe murderer, Bandy Silva. This fight is a battle of strikers.
This is a definite battle of strikers we got here. Wanderlei Silva coming off a loss in his last fight to Chris Leben at UFC 132. Not the fight everyone was expecting. This guy is definitely towards the end of his his MMA career, so he's going to look for every fight he's in to be exciting. He feeds off the crowd. I definitely can't wait for this one. He's going to come back strong.
But the thing is, Vandy's only 36. Or
He's
34.
He's got a lot of miles on him, though. He's been fighting forever.
He's fought in heavyweight.
Yeah, he's fighting Kung Lee,
who is a Strikeforce middleweight champion, known for his devastating spinning kick.
Yeah, but to kick, he's got to have range. I don't think Wanderlei's going to give him range. This is exactly where the brawling, freaking bum rush Wanderlei Silva
will come in
pride
handy.
will come.
See, this fight against Leben was not a good idea to do that. He needed to be technical. He did that to Bisping. He did it to Jardine, where he brawled with him and he knocked him out.
That's what he needs to do. I think Lee is extremely overrated, and Wanderlei will knock him out within 2 rounds. Wanderlei by knockout. Done. We're moving on. Say your thing and let's go.
Well, I don't think Lee is...
Say your thing and let's go.
Okay, Vandy by knockout.
Thank you.
No, by decision.
Okay, main event. That dude's got a glass jaw. How are you going to say he's not going to knock him out? I don't even want to talk to you about it. Moving on to the main event. Shogun versus Hendo. Great fight. This fight holds a lot of weight in the light heavyweight division. I mean, whoever wins could be a fight or two away from
fighting John Jones.
Shogun desperately, I'm sure, wants a rematch. And you got
this is a
Hendo coming over from Strikeforce. He definitely wants to get a crack at Jones, too.
And this is a pride fight.
Yeah,
These are two guys who never met in Pride, which is surprising.
This is great. Shogun coming off a win in Brazil against Forrest. He looked dominant there. Very good in that fight. I think if he fights like that, and with any improvements he's made since, he'll look much better in this fight and much better in a rematch with John Jones than he did in the previous one.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that. I think he'll look a lot better.
But Hendo, he's on a 3-fight winning streak. He's taking out some names. Babalu Sobral. Rafael Feijão. And Fedor
Emelianenko by knockout in the first round.
All of them, he's finished all of them.
With this.
With that
right hand.
So, he's got ways to win. Shogun's got ways to win. Either way, I see someone going to sleep.
Someone's going to sleep. But I don't know it.
And it's Hendo.
I don't think... See, that's why I'm disagreeing with you. Hendo's never been knocked out. He's been finished by submission. Never been knocked out. We've seen him hurt, but still, he has a good recovery time.
No, but this is where he's finished. In his last 2 fights, he's been rocked. Feijão rocked him and Fedor rocked him. Shogun knows how to... You're right. But Shogun knows how to finish, and he's going to get the finish here. Shogun by TKO.
I like Hendo. I do.
I like Hendo, too.
I like him a lot. I'm going to go with the obvious winner is Shogun. He's going to be a lot faster. He's younger.
Oh, so you're going with Shogun.
I'm going to go with Shogun. Not just because he's gonna win. That's why I'm going for him. And and still pass his time.
I don't know. He's fighting good, but it's gonna be a good fight. How do you got Shogun winning?
I got him winning by decision.
That's a 5-round fight too. Main event. All right. That's our show. Thanks everybody for tuning in. If you haven't seen it already,
please subscribe and send some comments for our next bet for this one.
Email us at naturalbornkommentators@gmail.com.
And we might have a Twitter or a Facebook coming up for you too.
We're trying to get that set up. All right. Enjoy the fights this week.
Go Bandy!